Hey, Mikasa, what do you think? Do you want to go help Eren?
Hello everyone. Welcome back to Sansan, Best Anime Reaction. Last episode carried an overwhelming sense of inevitability, as if the story was moving forward no matter who tried to stop it. In this episode, I expect deeper exploration of motivations and beliefs, especially from characters who now stand on opposite sides. There may be moments of reflection, but also rising urgency as time begins to run out. I feel like this episode will highlight how far everyone has changed since the early seasons, both emotionally and morally. The idea of freedom is being questioned more harshly than ever. This episode might not rely on non-stop action, but the psychological tension will definitely be intense. Let's continue with episode 18 and dive further into this growing conflict.
I would say yes. Except, knowing what he told me, I'm not sure if I want to, or if my blood is telling me to. I'm an Ackerman. My will's not my own.
Look, Mikasa, I think Eren made that up to mess with your head.
No, he was onto something. He asked if I get headaches, and I do. What makes you think he was lying?
What makes me think he... Guys, do you actually believe Eren wants to stop all Eldians from having children? You honestly think he'd go along with that?
It doesn't really strike me as something Eren would want, but I can't say that it's more than he's willing to...
Well, I can say it! He would never do that!
You don't think so? Did you think he'd work with Zeke and Yelena?
He's just pretending to! Don't you see? Eren's the one with the Founding Titan's power, so he doesn't need to fight Zeke. Things were different when Yelena first came to him with the plan. There's no telling what she might have done if he had refused to join her. He didn't have any options back then. But now Eren has Yelena completely convinced that he's on her side, and the volunteers have gotten him in contact with Zeke. He's in control. He can use the rumbling to protect the island. Nobody will dare lay a hand on Parity for the next 50 years.
Hey, give me a man, head on now.
I'm really sorry. Just hang tight for a little longer, okay?
I've been calling Eren a suicidal maniac.
Let's take a deep breath, crack our knuckles, and jump straight back into the beautiful chaos that is Attack on Titan, the final season, episode 18. If episode 17 was the sound of a match being struck, then episode 18 is the explosion that follows, loud, brutal, emotional, and just a little bit unhinged in the way only this series knows how to be. We open the episode with something that already feels wrong in the best possible way. The battlefield in Shiganshina is back, but it's not the nostalgic nightmare we remember from the early seasons. This time, it's not humanity versus mindless titans. This is ideology versus ideology, family versus family, freedom versus survival, and everyone involved is absolutely convinced they are right. The tension in the air is so thick you could slice it with an ODM blade. Eren Yeager is standing there, calm, almost bored, like he's waiting for a bus rather than the arrival of his half-brother Zeke and the inevitable apocalypse that follows him. And then boom, Marley drops from the sky. Literally. Reiner Braun, the armored titan, crashes down in front of Eren like an unwanted guest who did not RSVP. The episode wastes zero time reminding us that Reiner and Eren's relationship is one of the most emotionally messed up dynamics in anime history. Reiner's entrance is loud, desperate, and honestly kind of tragic. This is not the confident warrior we met years ago. This is a man running on guilt, obligation, and the faint hope that maybe, just maybe, stopping Eren will give his life some kind of meaning. The fight between them erupts immediately, and Mappa does not hold back. Every punch feels heavy, every movement carries years of history, betrayal, and shared trauma. Meanwhile, the Jaegerists are scrambling. Flock, who has fully embraced his role as the final boss of annoying side characters, is barking orders and trying to keep control of the situation. He believes this is the moment that will prove Eren's absolute righteousness, the point of no return where history itself bends in their favor. The irony, of course, is that Flock talks about freedom more than anyone while acting like a dictator in training.
Ever since we met in the cadet corps, I always knew that shithead would lead us straight to hell if we gave him the chance. But even knowing that, I was still jealous of him for being cool enough to do it. It pisses me off that I have to say this, but it's the truth. I'm not ready to see Eren die just yet.
Me neither. I owe that guy a beatdown. Marley can get the hell back in line.
Let's go.
Stay close. We're gonna get you home.
If Eren's been hiding his true intentions from Yelena and the others, then why'd he push us away instead of telling us? Whatever his real plan is, why would he have told me that he hates me?
There must be a reason. Hey. If we did cross the sea, and we killed our enemies, after that, would we finally be free? No, couldn't be. Anyway, Eren and I have both known about your headaches for a long time now. My guess is that everything else he said was made up, and he used one real detail to make the rest of the story more believable. He couldn't tell the truth in that situation. But once all this is over, we can ask him about it, okay?
Okay.
Don't forget, Willie Tybur sacrificed himself to offer us a chance to launch this assault. Remember the message he died to deliver. At this point, the only hope for humanity is another Hellos. A hero to save our world.
Come on, Eren. Give up already. You've lost this fight. It's over. We've suffered enough. We all have, and that includes you. Why keep going? Even now you're forcing yourself to struggle. For what? Galliard! Oh, shit. He really got me good with that one.
The main event, Eren vs Reiner round. Honestly, we've lost count at this point. The choreography tells a story of its own. Eren fights with brutal efficiency, no wasted movement, no hesitation. This is not the hot-headed kid who charged Titans screaming about revenge. This is a man who has already accepted the outcome and is simply walking toward it. Reiner, on the other hand, fights like someone who wants to lose but cannot allow himself to die yet. He's slower, more reactive, constantly on the defensive. And then, just when you think this is going to be a straight-up rematch, the Beast Titan enters the chat. Zeke Yeager appears, and the tone of the episode shifts instantly. His arrival is framed almost like a religious event. The sky, the music, the sheer scale of his presence. Zeke represents not just physical power, but the ideological backbone of Eren's plan. This is the man who believes salvation comes from ending Eldian suffering by ending Eldians themselves. It's twisted, tragic, and in Zeke's mind, merciful. Zeke wastes no time. He starts screaming, and suddenly, the battlefield becomes a horror show. Eldians who drank the wine containing his spinal fluid transform into titans on the spot. Watching familiar faces turn into monsters never gets easier, and the episode leans into that discomfort hard. This isn't just a cool power showcase. It's a reminder of how casually lives are sacrificed in this world, often by people who genuinely believe they're doing the right thing. One of the most heartbreaking moments here involves Pixis and Nile. These are characters who've been around forever, symbols of the old military order. Their transformation isn't flashy. It's quiet, sad, and deeply unsettling. There's no dramatic speech, no final stand. Just a slow, horrifying loss of humanity. It's Attack on Titan reminding us, once again, that war doesn't care how long you've served or how noble your intentions were. On the other side of the chaos, we check in with the Marleyan forces. Magath is trying desperately to keep things together, and for once, he doesn't feel like a villain. He's a soldier facing the
Eren, I just want to be done with this. How did I ever believe we were the same? Let it end already. Just go to sleep.
There he is. The boy wonder has arrived.
I'm later than intended, but what matters is that I showed up as promised, right? You didn't want to hold out for this long, Eren.
Now let your big brother take care of the rest.
See? Cameo? Get me lined up with him. I'll take out his name.
Roger that.
Hurry up, Pete.
I don't like our odds in a straight firefight with the beast.
Too bad. I'm punishing that traitor myself.
But sir,
We'll hit the cart from both sides! Right! Winding up for another throw! Take cover! Get off the roof!
The Founder's approaching the beast! Looks like the two of them are trying to come into contact.
Gotta stop him.
The two of us? What could we do? We should focus on staying alive and let Titans fight Titans. We've got a battle of our own to worry about now. Let's move. I'm gonna go rescue Falco. You should head south.
consequences of a system he upheld, now watching it burn from both ends. Peakfinger, ever the MVP, plays her role perfectly, providing support and intelligence while navigating the battlefield with that unsettling calm she always has. And then there's Gabby. Ah yes, Gabby Braun, the human embodiment of a comment section flame war. Her role in this episode is surprisingly restrained, which somehow makes it even more effective. She's watching everything unfold, slowly realizing that the people she was taught to hate are just as trapped as she is. Every explosion, every scream chips away at her black and white woe. RLDVIEW. The episode doesn't rush her development. It lets the confusion sit, and that patience pays off. Now let's talk about one of the most important aspects of this episode, the idea of inevitability. Everything feels like it's moving according to a script written long ago. Characters talk about choices, but the visuals and pacing constantly suggest that those choices were made the moment they were born. Eren, especially, embodies this theme. Even when he's losing ground physically, he never seems emotionally shaken. It's as if he's already seen the end of this story and is just making sure all the pieces fall into place. There's a subtle but crucial contrast between Eren and Zeke here. Zeke believes he's freeing Eldians from suffering by removing their ability to exist. Eren believes freedom means the ability to choose, even if that choice leads to unimaginable horror. Episode 18 doesn't spell this out with a monologue. Instead, it shows us through action. Zeke commands, Eren advances. Zeke controls, Eren endures. The fight escalates further when Marley's anti-Titan artillery comes into play. The battlefield becomes a nightmare of smoke, rubble, and half-seen figures tearing each other apart. The direction here is phenomenal. You're never quite sure where to look, which mirrors how the characters themselves must feel. This isn't a clean, heroic battle. It's confusion, fear, and desperation given physical form. One moment that deserves special attention is when Eren is briefly overwhelmed.
Stay out of sight until you reach the airship.
No, I'm going with you! Falco saved my life more than once, and now his life is in danger. I'm supposed to be the best in our unit, but he's the only reason I'm alive right now. There's no way I could abandon him to save my own skin!
Open up! Tell us what the hell's going on! I am not gonna die in this dungeon! Let us out now!
It seems like Marley's attacking. Maybe they showed up to rescue you.
They would never send a rescue mission for an Eldian. We're completely expendable to Marley.
But still, you've got a family waiting for you back home, right? And you might be able to see him again if you get away. I'd try at least. I doubt I'm gonna see my family again. One scream from Zeke and it's all over. I become a monster. I had so much I wanted to say to my girls. Now I'll never get to. I'm as good as dead.
Don't move! I'll shoot! This area is under the authority of the Jaegerists! I can't allow you to...
Stand down, Cadet. You idiots are doing this in Eren's name, aren't you? You want to stop us from saving his life?
No. Open all these cells right now! Commandant shot us!
Connie, huh? I picked a fight with a bear. Forget you saw me here, all right? Just go.
Commander Pixis! Are you okay?
Well, I haven't turned senile quite yet, but I've been better. My drinking habit's catching up with me. Everybody, listen up! We don't have enough ODM gear on hand to get all of you equipped. Outfitting all soldiers without black armbands is priority 1. As for those of you who happily partook of our enemy's wine, you'll be with me. We're going to drive the invaders of Paradis back. Yes, sir!
This is nice. It's good to be on the same side again. I'm glad we're fighting towards a common goal now.
Yeah.
What are you doing? You always wear that scarf.
Not this time.
For just a second, we see cracks in his plan. Reiner manages to restrain him, Galliard attacks, and it looks like Eren might actually lose. And yet, even here, there's no panic. No internal scream, just that same cold determination. It's terrifying because it suggests that Eren has already accepted the possibility of his own death as part of the path forward. As the episode moves toward its end, the sense of momentum becomes almost unbearable. You can feel that something monumental is about to happen, but it doesn't arrive yet. Instead, episode 18 does something arguably more cruel: it stops. It leaves us suspended in the middle of the storm, with alliances strained to the breaking point and the future of the world hanging on a thread thinner than an ODM cable. What makes this episode so effective is not just the action, but how it reframes everything we thought we knew. Titans are no longer the main threat. Ideas are. Fear is. History is. Every character is fighting not just an enemy in front of them, but the weight of generations behind them. And the episode never lets us forget that. By the time the credits roll, you're left with that familiar Attack on Titan feeling. That mix of excitement, dread, sadness, and the sudden urge to stare at a wall and reconsider all your life choices. Episode 18 doesn't resolve anything, and that's exactly why it works. It's the inhale before the scream, the calm before the end of the world. For a recap episode, this chapter of the story is pure gold. It's explosive enough to keep viewers hooked, emotional enough to spark discussion, and layered enough that you can rewatch it 5 times and still notice new details. And most importantly, it reminds us why Attack on Titan has always been more than just giant monsters punching each other. It's a story about people trapped by the past, terrified of the future, and still moving forward because stopping would mean facing the truth. And honestly, that might be the most terrifying Titan of all. Before we completely leave this episode behind, there is one detail that deserves to be zoomed in on, slowed down, and emotionally unpacked, because it quietly turns episode 18.
Gate to Shiganshina. They blocked it.
Zeke's destroyed Marley's aerial fleet. The moment he's finally arrived, history is about to be written.
From what I can see, Eren's doing just fine. It's Rhina that needs help.
What the hell? Zeke's here. But how? Captain Levi wouldn't have released him for anything. There's no way! Hey! What happened to Levi and Hanshi?
I think we can assume this means Zeke defeated them. He promised to meet Eren here, and so that's what he did. No one could have made him break his vow.
No way, that's impossible!
This doesn't change the situation. Only Zeke and Eren can save the world right now. The sad fact is that we're out of options. We have to help the Jaegerists unite them!
Please help Eren and Zeke as best you can. I trust you, Armin.
Airships!
Damn it.
Hey, what's with the big metal pipe?
It's an anti-Titan rifle. Pretty tough to get a kill with it, though. You gotta hit the nape dead on and at a good angle. Enemies! It looks like the whole city's in flames. We've got nowhere to run.
What are you getting at? We're here to fight!
You see something?
Someone spotted us.
It's my brother.
I see. All right, prisoner. You're coming with me. I'm gonna leave him tied up in one of these houses.
Try to do it quickly. We'll leave soon.
From a spectacular battle episode into something far more disturbing. That detail is Zeke's scream, and what it really means when it echoes across Shiganshina. On the surface, Zeke's scream is just another overpowered Titan ability. He yells, people turn into Titans, chaos ensues. Very anime, very dramatic. But the more you think about it, the more horrifying it becomes, because this scream is not a weapon in the traditional sense. It is a delayed execution order that was planted weeks, maybe months earlier, disguised as hospitality. The wine, that single choice, Eldian soldiers casually drinking wine brought by Marley, feels small when it happens. Nobody makes a big deal out of it at first. It's shared during conversations, celebrations, moments of calm. And that's exactly why it works. The horror of Zeke's plan isn't just that it kills people. It's that it turns trust into a trigger. When Zeke screams in this episode, he isn't attacking enemies in the heat of battle. He is activating a trap that was set long before swords were drawn. The people who transform aren't charging him. They aren't even fighting. They're just there, existing, doing their jobs, believing they're safe among comrades. And then, in an instant, their bodies betray them. What makes this moment hit especially hard is who these people are. Pixis, Nile, and countless unnamed soldiers represent the old guard of Paradis. These are men who survived the early Titan Wars, the coups, the betrayals, the endless reshuffling of power. They lived long enough to see the truth of the world, only to be robbed of the chance to react to it. Their transformations feel like the story itself saying, your era is over, and it doesn't matter how you feel about that. There's no dramatic resistance, no heroic refusal, just inevitability, and this ties directly into Zeke's worldview. To Zeke, this isn't cruelty. This is efficiency. This is mercy. In his mind, removing Eldians from the cycle of suffering is a kindness, even if it requires stripping them of agency along the way. The scream perfectly reflects that ideology. It's distant, impersonal, and
No choice.
This is no place for a child. Try to get home if you can.
Let's go. Thanks for this, Mr. Nile.
They've moved on.
Gabi, what made you trust that enemy soldier?
Well,
This way. Fire's spreading fast, but it won't reach this part of the city for a while.
It might come around and trap us, but I suppose it's worth the risk.
Agreed. Let's hide here till the fighting stops.
wonder where Ben and Mia went. I sure hope they're okay.
I reckon they'll be just fine. Those two are tough uns.
Hey, wait.
I hope they die. You might not care that they murdered our sister, but I won't forgive them ever. They're evil. I'd kill them myself if I could.
Looks like they're gone now. We should get moving. Gabi.
There were never any devils on this island. Just people. People like us. I see now. I finally get how right it feels. We just mindlessly agreed that even though we'd never met these people, they all had to be devils. Ever since the airship, it's just been the same thing over and over again. You knew, right, Falco? You only came to try and help me. I'm sorry.
I helped cause the massacre in Liberia. I made friends with a hurt soldier who turned out to be Eren Yeager. Not realizing who he was, I helped him sneak letters to his allies. And then they attacked our home. So yeah, Udo and Sophia are dead. Because of me.
Oh, I see.
And also, I'm in love with you. Look, the truth of it is, I only became a candidate for one reason. To keep the armor from you. I wanted us to get married. I wanted you and me to be happy together. I wanted to know you'd live a long time.
Salute. Zeke doesn't look his victims in the eye. He doesn't need to. They were already decided. The episode subtly contrasts this with Eren's reaction. While Zeke screams from afar, Eren keeps moving forward, physically placing himself in danger again and again. This difference is crucial. Zeke wants control without confrontation. Eren wants freedom, even if it means walking straight into hell. One commands from a distance. The other advances through resistance. And let's not ignore the psychological warfare aspect of the scream. The Marleyan soldiers hear it and see Titans emerge from people who were allies just moments ago. The Eldians hear it and realize that their own bodies can be turned against them at any time. Trust collapses instantly. The battlefield becomes a space where no one knows who is safe, who is compromised, or who might suddenly transform next. Zeke doesn't just create Titans. He creates paranoia. For the viewer, this moment reframes earlier scenes retroactively. Every shot of someone holding a wine glass suddenly becomes sinister. Every friendly conversation feels like it was happening on borrowed time. That's brilliant storytelling because it rewards attention and punishes complacency, just like the world of Attack on Titan itself. There's also something deeply symbolic about the scream being a sound. Sound travels. It cannot be stopped easily. You can't block your ears in time. Once it's released, it spreads, indifferent to who hears it. That makes it the perfect metaphor for ideology in this series. Once an idea is unleashed, once hatred or salvation is shouted into the world, it doesn't just affect its intended targets. It affects everyone within range. By the time the scream fades, the damage is already done. The battlefield is fundamentally changed. Characters we trusted are gone, not because they chose the wrong side, but because they were born into the wrong body. And that might be the cruelest part of all. Episode 18 doesn't ask us to be shocked by the scream. It asks us to be disturbed by how quiet the decision behind it was. And long after the sound itself is gone, that silence is what lingers.
Wait, why? Tell me this now.
Just thought I'd take this chance to say my piece. Now, before I turn Titan.
Let's go.
Zeke likes you, so we should let him know you drank his spinal fluid. Think that might convince him not to use his scream.
Yeah.
It's no use. There's too many. We can't get to Eren.
Eren, we're so close. A few more steps and we'll have made our dream come true. Just keep moving. What's that?
The Cart Titan. So that's where my dear little Peach met her end.
Yeah! We got the Cart Titan!
Finally managed to catch up to you guys. Who finished her off?
Huh? We thought one of you took her out.
Shoot! Kill them all!
The trick we just pulled will only earn you one shot. Make it count, General. Could that have done it?
This angle's no good. Move closer.
Round! You can't let the Founder reach the beast!
Still stumbling forward, huh? Just stop already. The last person in the world who should have that power. It's you. Eren.
Hurry up! Get a move on! If he's got so much as an ounce of life left, he's gonna scream.
The battle comes to a head as both sides rush to attack and defend these two key titans. What will the brothers find at the end of their path? Next episode, Two Brothers.
Thank you so much for watching this video on General Sansan Anime. I really appreciate you spending your time here and sharing this anime journey with me. If you enjoyed this reaction, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any upcoming videos. Your support truly means a lot and helps the channel grow stronger every day. I'll be back very soon with more exciting reactions, emotional moments, and unforgettable anime scenes for all of us to experience together. Until next time, take care, keep enjoying anime, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.